Hello, guys. Welcome to the very best bet show here at Sportsbook Review from Team Bankroll. We're back for another week previewing the top leagues there, the top 5 leagues, and delivering our very best bets across each one. We each roughly give about 10 per week headed into the weekend, give or take, and we do monitor all our bets that we give so that you can check us out. But introducing Martin Green, Alex from Need for Tips, and Stuart from tipsterhq.com. All here. Hi, guys. Thank you for being here.
Hello.
Hey, Nat.
Hello. Right. Quickly, I'm going to pull up. So, Johan in the studio, if you could pull up that wonderful graphic of ours just to show 3 of us are doing really well. And what's incredible, actually, is the one who's done the biggest progression, Stuart. You were in the negative, and you are now in 13 units. Here we go.
When you get one good
Here's our
week where you're in 14 points, you do okay.
Yeah, but I've had some good weeks, Stuart. I've not done that big of a spike there, so pretty good. Here we go, coming up.
Nice, look at that.
Do you like our new graphic from our new graphics team?
I like the numbers. I like the numbers, that's what I like.
So there we go.
Very
Martin up in front, the leader, 51.1 units. Alex, 37.2. Stuart, 13.1. Myself, minus 4.6. I've been having some good weeks, I tell you. I'm still aiming to get up before the season's end. But there we go. Team Bankrollers all in the plus. Fantastic stuff. Now, let's take a look. We've got, so we're going to start off with the Premier League. Hi to everybody who's watching. We're going to start with the Premier League, and I have the first 3, so to not make it the nasty show, I will speed on ahead. And actually, a lot of these do come from the Premier League Punter show that we did yesterday. So if you want to catch those and also hear what Alex from Need for Tips, Big Man on Campus, and Flash Watson has to say, go check out that as well. Premier League Punters. Crystal Palace versus Liverpool is my very first one. I absolutely love this match. You can play it in numerous amounts of ways. Liverpool -1, Liverpool and the over 1.5 goals, Liverpool and the over 2.5 goals. For the best bet show, and for value, I'm taking Liverpool and the over 2.5 goals. Liverpool's matches rarely go over rarely go under 2.5 goals, shall I say. And Crystal Palace, I think they will also contribute to the score sheet as well. They're 2 points behind Manchester United. They need the win. They do though have a pending Champions League fixture next week, so bear that in mind. Brighton versus Leicester now, 2 mid-table teams. I think I'm expecting a 1-1 draw, if I had to be honest, if I had to pick the correct score. But my tip is both teams to score. Brighton failed to score in their last match, but that was on the road. Last time they failed to score at home was way back in 20th of January, and they were hosting Chelsea. And Leicester don't keep clean sheets. I think the last time they kept a clean sheet was playing against Watford. So both teams to score, priced 2. Finally, Manchester United versus Swansea. I always say I'm not going to bet with Manchester United, but this bet is just screaming. I'd almost make it a banker. I just don't want to push my luck. So it's Manchester United and the under 3.5 goals, 1.85. I don't predict Swansea to score. We discussed this match yesterday in length, in depth. And everyone was liking the win to 0, but it's low. I think you can get that 1.7. Those odds might be decreasing. So Manchester United and the under 3.5 goals for me, 1.85. There we go. Moving on. Newcastle versus Huddersfield. Now, Martin, what do you like?
I think Huddersfield are in real danger of getting relegated this season. They've got away games against Newcastle and Brighton coming up, followed by Watford, and then they're playing Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City and Everton. So they've got a horrendous run-in, and they're not particularly good on the road at all. If they lose this, they're in real trouble. But win for Newcastle here would give them a great boost, and it would pretty much carry them to safety. I'm going up to Newcastle for the game, looking forward to it, and I think Newcastle can get the win. 1.75 for the home team for me.
Absolutely agree with you, Martin, as well. That's the match I'm on. Home team win, 1.75, and it always fills me with confidence when we've got the same bet, because you're doing so well. So let's hope that one comes in. Oh well. West Brom versus Burnley. Ooh, okay. Somebody took the trigger on this one. What do you go for, Martin?
Yeah, I'm surprised I'm the only one on this, to be honest. West Brom have been terrible for the last few months. They're hurtling towards relegation. They're going to finish bottom of the league, and I don't think they've got a great deal left to play for. Confidence is low, whereas Burnley are really fighting to keep hold of seventh position. They've got Leicester and Everton breathing down their necks, so they really need points to stay in the race for that European spot. And I think they can get a result here. The odds are extremely attractive on Burnley, but just to play it a little bit more cautiously, I'm going to go Burnley draw no bet 2.19. I really can't see them losing here against the team that hasn't won in months. So I think the worst that will happen is I'll get money back, but I like the look of that 2.19.
Yeah. Yeah, we discussed that one actually. We were on the Premier League show. We were on the Burnley win. Just a bit. I just don't understand the odds, Stuart. I'm surprised the value hunter out there, and you didn't say like 3.1 for Burnley against West Brom. You know, they just don't win.
Well, I mean, I wrote an article for this one for SBR, and actually, this was picked out as a match. It just wasn't picked out as one of the best bets. I've got like two layers of the system. The first one is just like the first selections, where is there value? Yes. And then the second layer is, does this have a better than we'd expect chance to win? Is there enough value? And there wasn't enough value to actually make it into today's list of bets, but I was going for Burnley plus 0.5. I can't remember what the odds are right now, but that's what I had.
Yeah.
Still pretty good,
I think.
I had yesterday on the Premier League Panthers Burnley draw no bet at 2.05.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slightly less than that.
Yeah. We've got Patrick Farrell, interestingly. I don't know. It's something that Alex and I discuss over on the Premier League Punters show. But we've been struggling this season with the Premier League show. But obviously, Best Bets is doing incredible. I think we're doing way better than we were last season. Anybody got an idea why the Premier League has been harder this season?
I think the winners of last season, Chelsea, they've dropped massively, and a lot of people were expecting them to do better. I think Manchester United, despite spending a lot of money, they've flattered to deceive as well. And basically, there's been very, very little value in actually backing Manchester City, because they've won pretty much all of their games, bar one or two, I think it is.
One,
yeah. You know, yeah, they've lost one and drawn one, I think. So it's very difficult to actually make any money out of betting on them. So you know, it kind of brings down your choices for the Premier League. I think it's tough for those guys. Feel sorry for you, Alex.
Yeah.
And we've got Martin, who just, you know, brings up the average.
Yeah, exactly. Martin just doesn't lose. He's the Man City of the Premier League, storming ahead. But yes, all right. Which one are we on? I think we've got one left. No, two left. Arsenal versus Stoke. Martin, brave man. What are you going for?
Yeah, I normally make it a rule not to bet on Arsenal because, you know, they're a very unpredictable team. But since Stoke came up to the Premiership, they've played 9 games away at Arsenal and they've lost all of them. So Arsenal have a perfect record at home against Stoke, and they pulled off some strong victories in the past 9 years. I think they can extend that on Sunday. They haven't got a great deal left to play for in the league this season, Arsenal, because they can't really make the top 4, but they're not going to get caught by Burnley. So they haven't got a great deal of motivation, but I think it will intrigue some of these Arsenal players to try to really stick the knife in Stoke and help send them down, because there's a fierce rivalry between these two teams. So I think Arsenal can get the win here. Just to get a bit more value, I'm going to go for Arsenal and the under 4.5 goals at odds of 1.8.
All right. Yesterday on the show, actually, Arsenal minus 1.5 was the favoured bet there. They think they're going to do a number on Stoke. Okay, Chelsea versus Tottenham now. Highlight match there of the Premier League weekend. Alex, you're going for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. It was the banker of the week in the Premier League Panthers, and I had to choose it. I had to put it in my best bet show also. Chelsea versus Tottenham, both teams to score at 1.8. I think that despite not being able to use Harry Kane, Tottenham still has the necessary weapons to find the back of the net and contribute on the scoreboard against Chelsea. Chelsea with some problems inside their team. Eden Hazard not playing at his best level. I think that he will leave Chelsea at the end of the season. Struggling there to catch that Champions League side spot. So I think that we can see a high scoring match, but at least both teams to score at 1.8 should be the best bet for this match.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And that was a bet that I liked as well. But Stuart, obviously, you're not playing this match out of the teams. Martin's playing his team. I'm playing mine, but you are staying well away. I think it's probably a wise decision. But if you had to take a lean, what do you have any thoughts?
It didn't make the cut for the best bets, but actually Spurs were my selection for this one. I do have a little bit of money on them, which, it's kind of scary. There is some talk that Harry Kane might make it. I think it's highly unlikely.
No
basically
way.
the guy got hurt. He twisted his ankle. He's going to be out for 4 weeks. No way he's ready. Even despite the press showing photos of him without his protective boot and stuff. Not going to happen. He's not going to play. But if we got Heung-min Son up front, a little bit of pace there, a little bit of trickery, and I think someone like Lucas Moura might come in and spread the play as well. It could be an interesting game. Lots of pace against that Chelsea back line. The Chelsea back line that likes to push up and could get caught out. I think it's going to be a really, really good game. But frankly, Antonio Conte has had Spurs' number a few times, and it's scary.
Okay. Right. Heading on over now. We head on to Ligue 1. Stuart, over to you, my friend. Ligue 1.
Over to Ligue 1, where we have just 3 tips this week, and I'm on 2 of them. So it's mostly going to be me and maybe a little bit of Natalie and Alex. But the first one, Dijon, the mustard team, against Olympique Marseille. I think they do sparkly water or something. Alex, are you for mustard or sparkly water?
I am for wine, and I know from Martin that Marseille has some really good wine. So I'm with Marseille there, 1.73 away win. Dijon are a really poor side this season, so I really like Marseille to win at 1.73.
Nice.
You're going for Marseille.
This is going to be interesting, Natalie. Are you going to be going against or with?
No, neither actually. Do you know what? My first thought was to go with Marseille, but it's Dijon's away record that have really let them down this season. Head to head, Dijon at home, Marseille on the road, and the amount that Dijon's drawing. I actually was surprised that you didn't go for this one, Stu, because I think there's some sneaky value in there. But I'm just sticking with both teams to score 1.62. But yeah, I thought there was certainly playing the upset or giving Dijon a plus on the Asian handicap there. I thought had a little bit of value. Marseille on the road. Plus they've got a pending Europa League fixture next week. So, but I'm going to go play both teams to score 1.62.
I think unless you're going to win the Europa League, nobody really cares about it. That's the problem. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on, we've got FC Nantes against AS Saint-Etienne. And this is just me. I'm all on my own, and I am on Saint-Etienne in this one. Nantes have had a pretty good season, actually. They were expected to struggle. Claudio Ranieri, unlikely, possible manager of the year. It's crazy what he's managed to do there. He's done another Leicester. But I reckon he's going to struggle in this one, and his team are going to struggle. And I'm on the underdog. Saint-Etienne, 3.66 with Pinnacle. Nice long odds that I'm very, very happy to have.
Yes, they
no
are
one's
nice
going to disagree with me on that one, I'm sure. Okay, and we're going to move on to the game that I was asked to add. Originally, I didn't put this on the list because I thought Wednesday match, maybe this might be just too far for us. But by popular demand, it has been added. Stade Rennais against AS Monaco. And Alex, you're on this one.
Yeah, well, I know they're playing on Wednesday, but still is counting for this round. And as we are filming every Thursday, for sure, Wednesday. It's also in my selections for the Aka bet. So if everything will win till Wednesday, we will wait till Wednesday for the last match.
Oh God.
Uh, this is the banker of the week for me. Over 2.5 goals in the match at 1.8. Incredible odds for at least 3 goals in the match. Rennes are doing wonderful lately. Monaco are a scoring machine. So we should see at least 3 goals in the match. There is no way we don't expect that.
Well, Rennes have got one of
Okay.
the best academies in Europe. They're doing pretty well, actually. They've had their struggles. I used to go watch them quite regularly when I lived in Brittany, and they got very, very boring to watch, very dull. They seem to be getting a bit more interesting, but I'm hoping they're going to lose this one because I'm actually on a Monaco win. I was really surprised to see Monaco at 2.28 with Pinnacle for this one. I thought those were just a bit of a gift, certainly the way Monaco have been playing, and Rennes still a little bit dodgy at the back. So I think you're right. Goals for both sides, over 2.5, and for me, a Monaco win. So put all those together, you probably end up with something very nice. And that is that for this week. Moving over to the Bundesliga now with Natalie.
Yeah, well, and I was going to say as well, if Alex Azaka show is straight after this one, so you guys watching, if you want to hear what his 10 bet selections is, do join us after the show. And I tell you what a nail biter it's going to be if we do have to wait till Wednesday for the final bet to come through. But I know, God. All right, next we're on. Okay, we're in the Bundesliga, and what's the first one here? Hanover versus Leipzig. Just Alex on this one.
Yeah, it's probably this one and another one later on are my toughest, let's say, to be winners. But I'm really confident that they are. I'm on the away side, RB Leipzig at evens. I know that they have Europa League next week. I know that they will rest some of their players for sure, because they are going to fight for the trophy and to qualify in Champions League next year. But they still trail and try to finish in top four in the Bundesliga, and they are coming determined after that incredible win against Bayern Munich last round. So if you ever find RB Leipzig at evens, doesn't matter whom they are playing against, you have to take that one. And Hanover, I don't know if they will put so many problems to such a quality side as RB Leipzig.
Yeah, we got Martin and I have been burnt with RB Leipzig. Just a shout out to Anne S. Thanks for joining us. Always great to see your name pop up. And Stuart, you put just 7 likes. I can see 18. So I don't know if that was before or after the 18.
7.
Maybe you have. Yeah, no, we have 18, and
maybe
we have
I need
one
to
dislike.
Update my phone. I don't know.
We have one.
But the dislike was before we even started. I mean, like,
yes.
How does that work?
That's a way to get us going, isn't it? One Aka for the top 5 leagues. Nice, and yeah, share it if you want. We've also got Alex's Aka show straight after this one as well.
I already have Anna's Aka. She just posted on Twitter, not on Twitter, on a direct message on Twitter. So I already played that.
Did you? Okay. What else have we got? Yes. Okay. This is my favorite one actually. Schalke versus Freiburg. A really, really good match to bet on, in my opinion. Martin and myself are on this one. Schalke, really impressed with Schalke this season, I have to say. 5 back-to-back wins. Freiburg are just dreadful. I think they have 1 away win all season. I think there's a number of ways you can bet on this one. So Martin, start us off. How are you betting it?
I am always a bit wary about placing high stakes after a 2-week international break, which can rip up the form book. And this time of year is also quite a difficult time because a lot of teams have little left to play for. always urge a bit of caution with your bets now and keeping the stakes reasonable. Having said that, I do like Schalke to win this game. They've won 5 in a row and they're up second in the table, very strong at home. They're up against the relegation threatened team, so that always makes a team like Freiburg unpredictable. But I still think Schalke have enough quality to get the job done here. All of their last 5 wins have seen under 3.5 goals. So if you want to get more value, you can go for Schalke to win in the under 3.5 goals at odds of about 2.1. Just to play it a little bit more cautious, as Freiburg do concede, I'm going to go for Schalke and the under 4.5 goals at 1.75.
Nice. I'm going for Schalke and the under 4.5 goals as well. They keep things tight. I know. I was like, yeah. You know what I did when I wrote this one? I was like, if Martin hasn't done this one, he's gonna wish that he did, because I was like, this has got your type of bet written all over it. 1.73. I find Schalke have been winning, but they have been keeping things tight. They beat 16th place Mainz 1-0 on the road. 1-0 11th place Hertha with the home advantage. I think this will be a low scorer. I wouldn't put anyone off going for the under 3.5, but yeah, I'm just being a little bit more cautious for the best bet show and doing the under 4.5. And I was so surprised to see those odds there. 1.73. There we go. Yeah, I really like that bet. I also think Schalke -1. Why not? Get a little bit of extra value, because if they only win by 1 goal, then you get your money back. Okay, Stuttgart versus Hamburg. 3 of you on this one. Martin. You want Martin to start as well. Oh, sorry.
I was going to ask.
Yeah.
I was going to ask if you're imbibing a healthy drink there, Natalie, rather than the beer that you're normally on for these shows. What's that?
I am. I'm doing like a no drinking at the moment. Actually, I'm just taking like a week off drinking. So I'm drinking sparkling ice, orange mango, 0 calories.
Wow, that's very impressive.
But no one else I see is drinking. Who's drinking here?
Not alcohol. Feeling a bit under the weather. If I sneeze, then I'm sorry.
Martin's normally you've got like a litre of.
Yeah, he's got a litre of vodka or something in the background.
I'm the only one upholding the tradition today, so I'll. But anyway, on with the bets.
I have some pills, so yeah, I have some pills here, so this is why I'm not drinking.
Are we like all sick? I was sick on the weekends, so I'm just being good.
Just to tell you guys, this is my last best bet show from this spot. I'm moving on Saturday. It will be my first day on my new home, and I will prepare some nice stuff for my office there. Maybe till next week is not ready, but in 2 weeks I'm sure that my background it will be very prepared with some football action coming on.
Can you get a big face, like a really big picture of my face with a halo?
Yes, and the big spike like that, sparkling and with the light all over it and stuff like that.
You could do all of us, like with a drink in hand, all together, like all just like on the back of the screen. That you could do something like that, like.
Yeah, for sure. If you guys will provide me with a nice
going on back here.
Oh yeah, that sounds nice.
Right. Well, listen. Good luck with the move. Yes, you're moving into a bigger place now. You'll have your own studio. Super exciting stuff. Yeah. All right. Stuttgart versus Hamburg. Stuttgart. Martin, what do you want to go for?
This team pits 2 teams going in totally opposite directions against one another. Stuttgart have won 5 of their last 6 games. They're soaring up the table. Hamburg have lost 5 of their last 6, and they are heading for relegation with a whimper. It's a really sorry state of affairs for Hamburg, who have performed the great escape last season. It's not going to happen this time around. They're going down. They're dreadful on the road. They've lost 10 out of 13 games, whereas Stuttgart are the third best home team in the Bundesliga. So I can't really understand why the odds are so strong on a home win in this game. I got 1.83 yesterday and I love that bet. It's since gone down to 1.8, but I still think that's a very good set of odds on Stuttgart to win this one.
Stuttgart. All right. So Martin for the home win. Just reading some comments here. Alex, if you need any inspiration, we've got, they're saying put some jerseys up, says Anne S. But there's some people, though, that are saying they will miss the cupboard behind Alex. No more cupboard behind Alex. They will miss.
Chock
So
full of
yeah,
tips,
awesome
that
stuff.
cupboard.
Yeah. All right. So Martin is on the Stuttgart win. Alex, what are you on?
What what to be on? Of course, Stuttgart to win this match. 1.8. Martin said it all. Martin said it all. I don't have any more comments about exactly Hamburg are going down. Stuttgart, as Martin said, third home team in the league. So you cannot bet against them when they're playing in front of their supporters.
Okay, now let's just see if Stuart agrees. Sometimes he has been known to throw a curveball. Alex, Stuart, are you going with the Stuttgart win as well?
So Alex is going for Stuttgart. Martin's going for Stuttgart. I'm also going for Stuttgart. There is serious value here. You how can you ignore a Stuttgart game at home against Hamburg? I mean, they've got a good head-to-head record against them anyway. And then you look at this one and you say, right, let's look at Hamburg are rubbish. They're going down. First time in something like 50 or 52 years, Roth is saying. Roth, thank you very much. He's saying 52 years. I understand they've got a clock in the stand, and they said they've got signs up saying basically you will go before the clock does, because they said that they'll actually pull the clock down when the club goes down, and it might actually happen. They've pushed the limits so close for the last few years. They've always been that third worst team in the Bundesliga.
Excuse me, Stuart. 19 goals scored all season long. 19 goals. That's even possible for a team like as Hamburg.
They're terrible. They're awful. I'm not going to argue with you. That's why I'm on Stuttgart. Stuttgart to win 1.8 with Bet Victor. That is probably the bet of the week.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen. Sometimes it's great when the team bankroll come together with exactly the same bet on the match. Stuttgart for me as well at home. There's just been some interesting, with the Burnley, for example, there's been a few bets there which I don't understand the odds, but I'm going to take it as a gift and move on. Bayern Munich versus Borussia Dortmund now. Big match here. Alex, you're on this one.
Yeah, I think that it will be a high-scoring affair, and we should follow the trend on matches between these two sides. Both teams to score, and the over 2.5. Alex Classic for me, 1.83. If Bayern Munich wouldn't already be champions because they have to win 4 points in their next 7 or 8 games remained for till the end of the season. If Schalke will win all of them till the end, which I don't think that is possible, they are already champions from my point of view. But they have a Champions League match next week. So I think that they might rest some of their players. Dortmund are scoring goals. Michy Batshuayi is one of the great signings, winter signings in Europe, top 5 football leagues. I think that they will contribute for sure on the scoreboard. Bayern Munich will not push it. If they didn't have Champions League, I would probably go Bayern Munich and over 2.5. But like that, I'm playing the Alex Classic at 1.83.
Okay, Alex Classic. I think when these two teams collide, I think an Alex Classic is a good bet there. Right, that is it for Bundesliga. I'm just reading. Let's see what Natalie is going for later. Oh, on Benevento. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I wanted to get something. Yeah, let's wait and see. But actually, was that one coming up? Yeah, we're on. So we're on Syria.
The mighty Benevento.
I'm surprised Martin is not. I think Martin, I think you've got to just for fun, always come up with a bet there for. You've made so much money betting against them that you should continue. But Bologna versus. So, go on.
Sorry, I was desperately searching for value in that Benevento game, but I think the bookmakers have cottoned on to how much money people have been making out of Benevento, so they've made it almost impossible to find value. I see that you've got a bet, so I'm interested to hear what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was looking at like -1 handicap, under 4.5 goals, things like that, and I just couldn't find the value to appeal to me. So I think Lazio are a bit of an unpredictable team, so I'm staying away from it. I mean, I think Lazio will win. I'm just not sure by how many goals.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the first one we've got here on the cards for Serie A, Bologna versus Roma. I really like. I was supposed to be on this one as well. Martin, Stuart, and myself. I think I'm supposed to be on this one. I didn't think I wrote it down. Okay, yes, I am on this one.
I have it. I
Stuart,
have it also. No, I don't.
do you?
No.
She does not. Yeah, no, I have this one.
Everyone's just jumping on the boat here. That's what it is. Everyone's seeing Martin. I was like, oh, no, but maybe we should go for this one.
Yeah, but we haven't even said the match. We haven't even talked about our tips yet. No, I'm on this one. Roma in fantastic form at the moment. I'll kick it off. I'm on the Roma win, 1.73. I've got fighting to secure top three, the third spot. And they come from 3 back-to-back wins, including that great win at Napoli, 4-2. So for me, it has to be a Roma win, 1.73. There we go. Martin, what do you like?
Couldn't agree more, Natalie. Roma have been in absolutely sensational form in recent weeks. They really took Napoli apart when they beat them 4-2. Since then, they've gone on and won 3 games to 0. Very impressive. They've got a fantastic midfield with Strootman and De Rossi in there, Raja Nangolan. It's a very impressive team. I think they'll finish the season strongly, so I think they'll win this one. As I said, I'm always a little bit cautious after a 2-week international break because it can lead to some freak results. So I'm not going to go too crazy in my betting, but do fancy Roma to win this one at 1.73.
Yeah, very nice on Aziz. And hi to Timo Buckets. He joins us now. Stuart, what are you going for?
I think I may just be on the same train as everyone else in this one. AS Roma to win. I only got 1.7 with Bet365, so 1.73, if you can get that, is definitely worthwhile.
Yeah, okay.
What is happening? Hey, Natalie, what is happening with Stuart lately?
I know, right?
Go on, Stuart.
Just seen Anza Grutschka. My name is spelt in the description. The spelling of it is there. Why am I suddenly saying Stuart with an EW in there? God dear.
Because they are watching Family Guy a lot. They are watching a lot of Family Guy, and maybe they are connecting.
Oh dear.
But I really wanna know what is happening with Stuart's crazy tips over the last weeks, because I don't recognize him anymore. Where are the crazy bets?
Well, I know. I think that's why, like Anthony was saying, Stuart's on Bologna, maybe one of the crazies. I know that you've been very tame, Stuart.
Yeah, but he started doing better now that he's not doing crazy.
I've not changed anything. I've not changed my approach at all. System. Yeah, look at the average odds on that sheet, that thing we had up earlier. My average odds are around 3.4, and I've got a 37.9% hit rate, and I'm still doing okay. I'm happy. But I've got a crazy coming up later, but just to make everybody happy.
All right. And just as long as you're happy, that is what is important. We got Backerman says Roma team total over 1.5 goals. Nice. 1.75. Ruboy 660. Hey guys, who is Stuart? Stuart's the guy in the bottom left-hand corner, but just spelt differently.
No, mine's with a U. With a U.
With a U. and no W and no E. Yeah.
Stu with a U.
Okay. Stu with a U and no E. Calgary versus Torino. Stuart.
Cagliari.
I'm not sure this quite. Don't be silly. I don't think this quite qualifies as a crazy, but I'm on Torino to win this one, 2.52. Not the best side in the league, not the worst side in the league, but head to head, this one has some value. 2.52 opinion.
Okay. And that brings us to the Lazio versus Benevento match. Martin, you did say it. Drum roll, please. Okay, I really liked Lazio and the under 4.5 goals. 1.7. Now, if you look at it, Benevento's last matches, Inter only beat Benevento 2-0. You got Fiorentina who beat them 1-0. I'm not expecting the last time that Schalke's match went over 4.5 goals was playing Napoli 4-1 in early February. I don't think that this match is going to see 5 goals. And so I think Lazio and the under 4.5 goals at 1.7 is tremendous value. And I don't predict Benevento will score. But you didn't like that one, Martin?
I looked at it. I was considering it, but I had in the back of my mind that Roma beat Benevento 5-2 a few games ago. So they managed to get on the score sheet against a very good Roma side, and they conceded a lot of goals. So it just gave me hesitation. I still think you're going to be okay. I think they can win it 2-0, 3-0, 3-1, something like that. So I think it should be all right. But I thought it was just a little bit risky for me this week.
Yeah, I think didn't Benevento have the home advantage in that match? That was my other. I looked at that one, and I was thinking Benevento now on the road.
No, that was it. That home.
It was at home. Benevento at home.
Yeah.
No, that was
in Rome. That was at the Stadio Olimpico in Rome. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I like it. Lazio in the under 4.5 goals. Lightning doesn't strike twice, Martin, in the same spot. Okay. Sure. Hopefully not. I need to build me out of the red. Okay. Chievo versus. Oh, sorry.
No, not yet. We cannot move away from Lazio yet without talking about the best news story of probably the year. Has everybody heard what happened at Lazio?
Tell us.
Lazio were due to make a £2 million payment for one of the players. I think it's from Feyenoord to Lazio, might have been De Vrij. And somebody wrote to them and by email and said, for the next payment, please pay it to this bank account. So they sent £2 million to a complete unknown person's bank account. And it was nothing to do with Feyenoord. They've just given £2 million away to some completely unknown individual. So, if Benevento write in and say, can you give us 2 goals, the current mood they're in, they might just do it.
And the next week, and exactly after 1 week, I'm moving to a new house. So maybe it was me.
Exactly. Into your mansion.
Into your bet-built, ACCA-built mansion. I know. You'll have to do a little tour of your crib.
Now write to transfers@lazio.com. That's what it needs to be.
No, we should also do a special show for Alex, like My Crib. Remember the MTV, crib show? This is my crib. You can show us around.
Not at that level yet. Maybe in 5 years from now, with a pool outside, with some playing some billiards, some darts, some PlayStation in my mansion. In 5 years from now, who knows?
All right, final bet on Serie A, I believe, is Juventus versus AC Milan. Martin and my...
No. There's one before that. Oh. There's 2 before that.
Oh, there is one more. Oh, yeah. Whoops. Okay, we'll get to Chievo versus Sampdoria. Stuart.
Yeah, this is my crazy. I don't know how the odds on this one have got to there, but Sampdoria 3.41 for an away victory. Love those odds. I think that is the crazy of the week, and I think that one's got a really good chance. 3.41 with Bet Victor. Love that.
All right. Just when we thought we had lost Stuart and his crazies, he comes back and delivers. Okay. Sassuolo versus Napoli. Alex.
Napoli, no European commitments right now. They will be focusing to fight Juventus for the trophy till the end of the season. This is a must-win for them, and I really think that they should be 100% prepared and give everything to destroy Sassuolo. Napoli minus 1.5 for me at evens.
Okay. Okie dokie. And now the final one here. Juventus versus AC Milan, big match of the Serie A weekend. Martin and myself are going on this one. Martin, what are you taking?
Yeah, I'm interested to see some of the comments saying that they think that Napoli are going to win Serie A. I think history is very much on Juventus's side. They've got the experience and the quality up front and in defence to get the better of Napoli over the final games of the season. But I do think it's going to be a fascinating title run-in. Napoli do have a slightly easier fixture list, so I'm really excited to see what happens. But I think Juventus can win this one. I watched AC Milan play Arsenal over 2 legs, and they're a pretty poor side. Arsenal have not been in good form, and Arsenal absolutely took them apart in both games. So I think AC Milan's run of form this season kind of shows how poor the Serie A is compared to the Premiership. Juventus, meanwhile, they're good enough to beat Tottenham. They're good enough to go through in the Champions League. They're a very good side. I think they'll win this one pretty comfortably. Just to get a little bit more value, I'm going to go for Juventus. And again, under 4.5 goals, turning into a bit of a classic bet. I've got 1.8 on it this time around.
Classic.
I like. I think that's the new Martin classic. I'm not really going for win to nil anymore. I'm loving a bit of under 4.5 goals.
You wanted to have your own classic. Come on, you wanted to have it. You heard Alex classic
no, but win to nil was his classic before, but he's changed it now to the team and under 4.5 goals.
Fourth win, this is my classic and under 4.5 goals. Just call it the Martin Classic, and you will have to drink every time I say it. But especially with a team like Juventus, if they go 2-0 up or something like that, they're not really the sort of side that like to take risks. They'll sit back, they'll soak up the pressure, and they're experts at closing out a win. So I can't see this being a massively high-scoring game, and I think Juventus will get the better of them. So that looks a pretty safe bet to me. I'm going to make that one my banker.
Yeah, I really. What were the odds you got for that one, Martin?
1.8 with Sky Bet, BetStars, bookmakers like that.
Very nice, very nice. I just went actually called it the Captain Obvious bet just for the Juve win, 1.66. Obviously they drew at Spal, didn't they? Which not so good for them with Napoli hot on their heels, just 2 points behind. It is a match they cannot lose, even though they've got that Champions League match to Real Madrid next week. So I just went for the straight Juve win on this one, but I absolutely love your approach there on the Martin Classic. Okay. Next we have a final league is the Spanish league, La Liga, and quite a few bets for this one. We've gone hard and heavy. First one is Girona versus Levante, and that is me. What did I go for? I think this is my final bet here. Girona versus. I went for the straight Girona win. Girona way better team than Levante, both with a home record. I think Levante just 2 wins on the road. Girona need the win. They're just 2 points below 6th spot Sevilla. And bearing in mind, Sevilla have got a match to Barcelona. They could overtake and actually claim that 6th spot, interestingly enough, even though I've been impressed with Sevilla this season. But just Girona to win for me, 1.65. Okie dokie, Las Palmas versus Real Madrid. Alex.
Why I'm taking this bet? Just to be clear, yes, Real Madrid don't have any chance to overcome Barcelona and to win the title. But one player in particular at Real Madrid wants to overcome Messi and to finish the season being the top scorer in La Liga. So he will not be rested despite the fact that they have a Champions League match against the Juventus next week. He actually has a bet with his mates that happened when he was 12 goals, 15 goals behind Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo. So I think that he will score at least 2 on his own. I don't know the odds for that, but I will take a look and to see Cristiano Ronaldo to score over 1.5 goals. It's really interesting from my point of view. But I think that Real Madrid should be able to destroy Las Palmas. 1.73 for minus 1.5 on the Asian handicap.
Okay, yeah, he's a competitive as Ronaldo, isn't he? He's going to try and beat Messi. What about you, Martin? What are you going for?
Yeah, I'm very similar approach to Alex. I'm playing it slightly more cautiously. I'm going for Real Madrid minus 1.25 Asian handicap. Not quite as attractive odds. I've got 1.63 on that. I'm a little bit concerned about Real Madrid's form this season, but of late they've been phenomenal. They've really been blowing teams away. They've hit form at the perfect time of year. I think they're going to have a really good chance of winning the Champions League again, and they want to keep the momentum going. So I think they can go down to the Canary Islands and win by at least 2 goals, but I'm just playing it a little bit cautiously. But yeah, this on paper looks like a total mismatch. Las Palmas are dreadful. Real Madrid are absolutely phenomenal going forwards, and if they play anywhere close to their full potential, they'll win this one comfortably.
Yeah, we've got 9 Devious saying Ronaldo will be rested. Do you guys know if he'll be rested? And would your bet change?
Yeah.
No.
No, I don't think that he
won't
will be rested. No.
He'll play every game for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Roth says Ronaldo is Ronaldo. He won't rest. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Fine. All 4 of us are on this one. Sevilla versus Barcelona. Stuart, start us off.
Not crazy. Well, the only thing crazy about this is the odds. I don't get it. Barcelona 1.82 at 5 times. Yes, Sevilla are having a good season, but Barcelona are having a very, very good season. I understand Messi might be rested, but this team is still good enough to go ahead and win that game without him. So at 1.82, that's my last bet of the night. I'm very happy with it, and it just goes to show you can find value in favourites as well.
Yes, you sure can. Alex, Sevilla versus Barcelona. You going for the Barcelona win?
Yeah, absolutely. 1.82 for a Barcelona win against a side that qualified in Champions League in the quarterfinals, but they are poor from my point of view. I think that everyone could qualify further by playing Manchester United last round in the knockout stages. Sevilla, I don't know what to say about them. Exactly like you said, Girona will pass them in the standings for sure after this round, because Girona will win and Barcelona will win. So if you can get Barcelona at 1.82, it's absolutely great, incredible.
Yeah, we've had a few gifts from the betting gods this weekend, I have to say. What about you, Martin? What do you like?
Yeah, totally agree with all of you guys. I think Barcelona have won their last 5 games against Sevilla. They're just in phenomenal form this season. They've won 11 out of 15 on the road, cruising towards the title. I can understand the sentiment that they might like to rest players ahead of the Champions League, but they haven't quite closed out victory in La Liga yet. So I think they want to get as many points on the board as they can just to absolutely secure that and then concentrate on Europe. So they'll want to win this game. They've got more than enough quality to do so. In the last game they played, it was Paco Alcacer that scored both goals. So they've got plenty of talent around the squad, even if Messi is rested. Suarez has more than enough quality to run rings around this Sevilla defence. And I think they should wrap up a pretty comfortable victory here. 1.82 looks like a very good set of odds to me.
Yeah, it does. We do have a few people. 9 Devious. Someone else. You're not going to make it. The Martin Classic.
Come on, it's a great one.
Well, no, they would say they were asking you like, oh, but I tell you what, Backerman, I'm going for the Barcelona win as well. I have to say I'm on the same page, but Barcelona win and over 1.5 goals, 2.02. I think that's also another fantastic bet. I think he's taken our bet and he's added a bit more there, but I'm just on the straight Barcelona win. All right. Yeah, not bad, is it? Okay, we've all answered that one. Leganes versus Valencia. I was looking at this one, but I decided not in the end. What are you going for, Alex?
I'm going for Valencia at 2.05. They are on fire lately. 2.05 for them against Leganes. Leganes, they are a decent side. They defend really well in front of their fans, but I think that Sevilla should have enough to win this one, even if it's a short win. 1-0, 2-1 there should be good. 2.05 for Valencia to win.
Okay. And then finally, we've got the last two, which we both end with Martin. Malaga versus Villarreal and Atletico Madrid versus Deportivo La Coruña. Take it away, Martin.
Yeah, Malaga are a horrible team. They've lost 5 of their last 6 games. They're going down. It's been a very, very poor season. Villarreal have really got the wind in their sails right now. They won their last 2 games and they beat Atletico Madrid 2-1 last time out, which is a hugely impressive result considering how good Atletico have been this season. So I think they'll have more confidence. I think they can go and win this one. And therefore, I'm going for a straight Villarreal win, 2.15.
Very, very nice. And then yeah. And then what's your next one?
Atletico Madrid. I think they'll bounce back from that. They'll bounce back from that defeat against Villarreal. They're not exactly the sort of team to their misery. I think they've got a very, very strong defensive record, Atletico. They've only conceded 4 goals in 14 home matches this season, which is incredible when you think about it. The team they're playing, Deportivo, have only scored 11 on the road. So I think Atletico can win this 1-0, and you can get odds of 1.85 on that.
What about the Martin Classic?
Because Martin Classic has 2 of them. Martin Classic win 2-0 and under 4.5. So he has already 2. Okay, he can afford having 2. He can afford it because he's leading the standings there. So who's leading the standings is entitled to have 2 classics.
The classic.
You're entitled to it, Martin. You use those 2 classics of yours.
Thanks, guys. I think they're both good ones.
No, I think that the best classic is the under 4.5 goals because it's like a combination, a win to nil. I know it's a win and then to nil, but I think the real classic of Martin's has to be the under 4.5 goals, and the team he uses that one all season long as well.
It's paid off this season, I have to say. There's very few games that actually go over 4.5 goals, and it always gives you an extra little bit of value, which is really nice when you're backing a favourite.
Yeah, no, I think so as well. But you know, sometimes I've done it and it's gone over, but no, I really like that one as well. Okay, that is the end of our show, or almost the end, because we have our best bet and our ACCA bet. Start us off, Martin. What do you like today?
I'm going to for Juventus and under 4.5 goals, which is my classic against AC Milan. There's quite a few of my bets that I really like the sound of this weekend, but that'll be the one for me. And for my double, I'll go for a Madrid double, Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid, both of those bets.
There we go. Alex, over to you. What have you got? Banker and double.
Now I thought in my mind that it should be nice to have a show, Team Bankrolls Classics, you know? It sounds nice, name of the show, Team Bankrolls Classics. I can see it in my face. Team Bankroll.
So Martin will give like all his favorite team and under 4.5. You'll give all the ones that you think is going to go over in both teams to score. And Stuart, what's Stuart's classics? Over 3.5 or something?
Anything over 3, I think, is it?
Yeah, it's Stuart's classic. Yeah.
Okay, right, my banker is from Wednesday, Rennes versus Monaco over 2.5 goals at 1.8. My double is Stuttgart and Real Madrid minus 1.5.
Okay, Stuart, what have you got?
Well, I wasn't originally going to go for this as my banker because it wasn't even on the list. But when I was told that we could go for a Monaco win in this video, I thought, yeah, that's my banker. I'm on that one. So 2.28. I think that's a lovely set of odds. And my double is a Stuttgart and Roma favourites winners. So yeah, that should be nice.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm going Barcelona to win at Sevilla, 1.82. My Aka bet, I'm keeping it in Italy. Roma win and a Juve win, combining those two. There we go. That's the end of the Best Bet Show with Team Bankroll. But if you've not had enough of us just yet, we are heading on over to Alex's 10-bet parlay bet, Aka bet. So maybe that can help you build up your parlay bet for the weekend. So come and hear what he has to say. I did put the link somewhere in the chat thing. So scroll up, hit it, and come on over. But thanks again to Martin, Stuart from Tipster HQ, and Alex from Need for Tips. Thank you so much. Best of luck with your bets this weekend. I'll see you Monday for Champions League coverage.
Bye, guys.